Grafted fruits are created when the top part of one plant, the scion, is attached to the root system of a separate plant, the rootstock. The rootstock contributes vigor and disease resistance while the scion is chosen for fruit flavor or quality. Produce growers have found that this traditional technique can dramatically improve plant health and increase harvests naturally and economically. Benefits. Advantages of grafted fruit include enhanced plant vigor, stronger disease resistance, tolerance of environmental stresses, and heavier crops that are produced over an extended harvest period. One of the main reasons for grafting is to combine the best attributes of two plants on one plant. The rootstock may be strong-growing, with a good root system. A new species or variety being grafted onto it, the scion, may be a top performer for flower, fruit, shape, or other attributes, but it may have a weak shoot system. Combine the two by grafting them together, and you end up with a top performer with a strong rooting system. This technique is ideal for creating more fruit trees, where vigorous growth is not wanted, in which case, the tree might be grafted with a suitable rootstock that will make less growth. Grafting is also an excellent method for propagating lilac, which is difficult to propagate by root cuttings. Methods. Citrus may be grafted using several methods. The most successful for a range of plants are whip, tonguing and saddle grafting. The ideal time for both methods is in early spring, just before trees and shrubs commence their annual growth. Rootstocks may be purchased from specialized nurseries or, in many cases, you can grow your own from seed. It is usually necessary to graft plants that are related to the rootstock. Rowan, Sorbus spp, is compatible with citrus and hawthorn, because they all belong to one family, Rosaceae. Any species of rose can be used as the rootstock on which to graft a bush, shrub, or climbing rose variety. Whip and tongue grafting. The technique for whip and tongue grafting is the same as for saddle grafting, except for the shape and size of the cut. This method is most commonly used for plants such as fruit trees, rhododendrons, witch hazel, and acers. Make the first cut on the rootstock 4–6 inches from the ground, cutting upward with a sloping cut, 1–2 inches long. 1/3 of the way down the sloping cut from the top, make a 1/2 inch vertical cut to form the tongue. Make a sloping cut on the scion stem at the same angle as the cut on the rootstock stem, finishing the cut just below a growth bud. Now make a vertical cut 1/3 of the way up from the bottom of the sloping cut, again 1/2 inch deep. Bring the two prepared pieces of stem together, locking the two tongues as one. Secure and seal as for the saddle technique. Planting instructions. Handle carefully when transplanting to avoid bending or putting pressure on the graft. Plant at the same level the tomato is growing in the pot to keep the graft well above soil level so any adventitious roots that may form on the scion don't come into contact with the soil. These vigorous plants will require stakes or cages, as well as careful pruning to ensure that the plant's energy goes to fruit production and not excessive foliage. Remove any suckers that form below the graft or any roots that emerge above the graft.